You want to know something? I think that Gen Z and millennials have been catching flack from my generation and boomer generation and completely don't deserve it. You want to know who the real blame belongs to? Us. Because Gen Z and millennials are our children. I'm 45 years old. I have children that are 28, 24, and 23, which means that people in my age bracket are the ones responsible for anything that we complain about. It came from us. And so I recently saw an article by the New York Post. And when I looked at it, I was blown back by it. And I said, wow, man, these kids are catching a bum rap. And, you know, and unnecessarily when it's not even your fault. And I think the big issue is that my generation, we don't want to take blame for what it is that we did. And so let's look at what the New York Post said about Gen Z and millennials that I think is so up, and I think is completely bull, and I think that is flat out wrong. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you haven't already, please hit that like button because it really helps the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscription and make sure that you click the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever I release new videos. And last but definitely not least, make sure that you check out the Selling for Success sales training portal. It has sales training courses, audios, videos, manuals, everything you need to catapult your sales results to a whole new level. So remember, check out sellingforsuccess.org, the sales training portal. I'm Brian Maxwell saying again, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you at the top. So let's think about it. Videos of Gen Zers and millennials complaining about the traditional 9-to-5 job has spread across social media platforms like wildfire and sparked debates about the younger generation's work ethic or lack thereof. Some employers are even avoiding hiring from Gen Z, according to one recent survey, with 58% believing that these workers are unprepared for the workforce. Now, let me explain to you why I think that that's straight up and down bullcrap. It's not that Gen Z and millennials don't want to work, is that they've watched the generations before them, just like I watched the generations before me. And I saw good people who busted their ass going to work every day, would have had to almost have their head decapitated. Like my father was one of the most dedicated, hardest working men I ever seen in my life. And if making money was based on hard work, never calling out, showing up and giving it to all every day, my dad would have been a billionaire, but he's not. And so if I saw that and it motivated me to kind of look at things a little different. And then I got into sales. And at first it was just a job. But then I started really paying attention like, yo, everything in life is a sale. Even a general conversation is a sale. You're selling to the individual your perspective, your opinion, or your point of view. And the more skilled you are at doing that, the further you advance in life. And then as the sales results were happening at companies, you know, I really got the wild idea and said, you know what? I can do this for myself. I can boss up and build a team and really make this thing happen on my own terms. And guess what? It happened. But it didn't happen until I first realized, A, that we all are born into sales from the moment we're born. And every intelligent person I've shared this with have said, dang, Brian, I ain't look at it like that. Think about this. You watch it. From the moment you were born, I was born, your parents, my parents, our grandparents, great-grandparents, every single person that have been blessed to be born on this earth, on God's green earth, is born into sales. And I'll prove it to you. When a baby cries, trying to be picked up, be fed, have a diaper change. That's a sales call. You know, any relationship you were in, you weren't the only person that thought that individual was attractive. You were one of many willing takers. Yet you sold yourself in a way that they said, I want to build a family with them, be in a relationship with them, raise children with them. Every previous place of employment, you weren't the only one that applied. You were one of hundreds, if not thousands. And yet the way you sold yourself through your resume or your curriculum vitae first, and then the way you sold yourself or your skills in the interview made the company say, you know what, we get the highest rate of return on our investment going with them over anybody else. Walking down the street, say, hey, good morning. You're selling the fact you're in a good mood, having a good day. And if you're pissed off and you slamming stuff, you're selling the fact that you're upset. And here's why. I mean, think about it like this. It goes this deep. In a room by yourself, when you decide that you're not going to do nothing, you're just going to chill that day, guess what? You just sold yourself that it's better to do whatever it is you're doing than to do anything else. And so sales is something we can't escape. And when we awaken to that, we stop running away from it. I don't care if you're into rapping. I don't care if you cut hair. I don't care if you're a teacher. You're selling those lesson plans to those kids. You ever had a whack teacher that you didn't want to listen to and didn't pay attention to nothing they said? They were horrible selling you the information. Now, you may have flunked the test, But is it your fault? Yeah, partially for not listening, but it's even more on the instructor for not making it entertaining and engaging enough, at least for a child to want to put some attention on it. In a relationship, every day you go home, you're selling why you're trustworthy, why you love that individual, and why they should stay loyal. Because guess what? Stop selling any one of them things. Guess what happens to the person? They out of here like yesterday. So sales is something that we can't escape. And so the thing about it is this: Gen Z and millennials have watched their parents work all types of jobs, and JOB stands for just over broke. And then just with endless opportunity out here, especially with the internet, it's almost like going into the grocery store when you're hungry. Man, everything look off the chain. Some things you would never get on a typical day, but boy, you sure enough thinking about getting a wing out there from the wing bar, grabbing that Nathan's hot dog up, getting some chips, a pop, all of those things. Knowing you would never eat a hot dog out of that grocery store, but today they look fire. It's like that with the opportunity of so many different ways that people can go that they just get overwhelmed and a lot of times don't get anywhere. Or the one downside I will say for Gen Z and for millennials, the internet, due to youth, many times don't realize what's fugazi on the internet yet. So they see this lifestyle and these illusions of these people, and they aspire to be that, and they bust their ass doing everything they think they did to get there, just to find out it's a fraternity. It's a get-along game. It takes a lot more than just talent. A lot of talented people out there that make better music, do better things than some famous people out there, but just start in the in club. And then you got a level of it where you can generate a nice chunk of change. Go to a restaurant and enjoy yourself without worrying about being mobbed and live a good lifestyle. Now, it's not flashy enough, but guess what? It exists. I'm here to tell you and show you it exists. Okay, so it's not that Gen Z and millennials don't want to work. It's that us as parents, we know how disciplined a lot of our parents were. And we said, you know what, man, when I have kids, I'm not going to. And by us allowing certain things, and in a lot of cases, not being directly honest with the child when they were doing something that just wasn't very good and they need to get better to protect their feelings, we let a lot of stuff go. Or when teams start giving everybody a participation trophy, except for when I was coming up, only winners got in. That's how I raised my boys. I still raise them now. Hey, listen, man, second place just as the first runner up. That it doesn't, what? We remember who the champions are, the winners. Now, you may not win everything, but dang on it, realize that if you don't win, you don't deserve to get recognized. You know what I'm saying? If you get recognized, great. But if you don't, so be it. Dust yourself off and get back at it again. And there's a lot of emotion, I think, that was passed down to that generation. But if you are a Gen Z or a millennial and you're watching this, listen, I totally believe in you. But one thing you got to realize is you have to improve your ability to be able to identify a problem and generate a solution for that problem. That's what business is. It's not just, hey, I want to do this for the sake of doing it, or I want to do it because everybody's doing it. Everybody that got OnlyFans ain't making no money. Everybody that got a rap CD or got song music out is not getting paid. Why? Because they either haven't honed their business skills or musical skills to a level where people are willing to exchange hard-earned cash or hard-earned money for product or service. And that's really what it's about. Is it good enough for somebody to be willing to take money that they work for to exchange it with you? And you have to learn how to sell it. And I don't care what that is, whether it be your music, whether it be your food, whether it be your clothing, whether it be your lesson plan, whether it be your love in a relationship, we have to learn how to sell it. So Gen Z and millennials, I believe in you, but just realize sales is something you won't escape. And so you want to hone your ability to communicate. And everything is not done online. To be successful requires offline interactions and conversations a lot of times to help your online presence. Please know that. I don't care whether it's a Zoom call. Everything ain't just, can be done by text and chat, but it just prolongs it when you can just lock in, really connect with somebody, video call, whatever. You all have the talent and the ability. You're tech savvy. You're wide open as far as to learning new things, but it is about realizing, hey, everything ain't for everybody. Everybody doesn't deserve the same stuff. Everybody's not going to put out the same action and get the same reaction. You just have to do your best with what you have. And if you keep moving forward, you can reach and maybe grab some other people and pull them with you. But other than that, stay focused, stay dedicated. Yes, JOB stands for just over broke, but establish your career, a foundation. Find something that even if you just for free, you do this for free and you do it so much that you got so good at it that somebody wants to pay you for it. I promise you to change your life. Other than that, thank you for watching this video. And real quick, if you haven't already seen it, take a minute and check this out. You're looking to hone your sales skills, go to sellingforsuccess.org. It's a sales training portal that has all types of courses and manuals, ebooks and downloads to help you really catapult your sales skills and take your game to another level. And so you want to go to sellingforsuccess.org, success.org, or click the link in the description or the one in the comments and check it out. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.